It's a bird. It's a plane. Those parts definitely look free to play. I think that's Aang. That kind of looks like a trash panda. What's his name? Man, I don't know, but his builds are friggin' insane. Man, it's Flocka. And welcome to the show. I made a new airplane that you never seen before. I made it fresh from your favorite TV show. I'm talking The Last Airbender, not the blue people who got their planet stole. I'm out here working day and night. I don't have a life. I'm about to lose my wife. I might lose my mind. Somebody please hit the like. If you like the content, then just hit subscribe, please. I'm out here dying.
That's not even your line.
That wasn't the line?
No.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
You want to take it from the top?
No.
No?
No. Just do the tutorial, okay? Show them the material list.
Okay, oh my, all right. This is what we got, guys. For the Aang glider today, my boss is on my buns, so I better get to work. And here it is, the material list. At first glance, it's slightly cheaper than the jet. I think it uses less blast powder, rods, and torches, which for me is the most tedious thing sometimes because you have to craft all of those things. But the sandstone can be hard to get. We're just gonna hop right in. I did this live a couple of times, so here is the final cut. The hang glider. Full tutorial. Go ahead and throw these on. Just go 3 of them side by side like that. You want to define the front of your vehicle by putting the non-steerable wheels on the back, obviously, and then going ahead and throwing the steerable wheels on what you want to be your front. Floors, we're gonna go with the rustic thin floor 12 by 2 by 1. And on one side, you're gonna go 3 studs off on each side or on each edge, and then you're gonna go the same on the other side and then stack those 12 by 2s too high. Now, and this is also where I should mention that you need to have the Lego Star Wars Battle Pass leveled all the way up to the maximum level, and that's gonna get you, and this is free, right? So this is on the free pass on the maximum level, and you're gonna get the Mos Eisley wide corner pieces, the 14 by 14s. So make sure you're doing your quests, whatever you gotta do to get that pass maxed out, and that way you can make yourself an Aang glider for free without having to buy any sets. So you're just gonna, put one on half and then throw one on the other half. It should be hanging over by 2 studs. That's how you know you got it right. And then on the back, we're gonna go with another one of those floors, except we're gonna go rustic thin floor number 4, the 16 by 2. And we're gonna put that hanging right off the edge. Sometimes it doesn't let you do it like this, so you have to go to the back and then place it like that without latching it onto the build. And then from here, to be honest, you can just double stack it like that. To do the back of the glider, at least the base of this aircraft, we are going to be using the smaller corner pieces, okay? We're gonna go with the 6x6 Mos Eisley corner. We're gonna butt it up to the corner there on the back. We're then gonna take the 8x8 Mos Eisley corner, and we're gonna line it up with the top one, just like this. And then we're gonna go 4 studs off the back end and then replicate it on the other side. After that, we're taking the 6x6 and we're gonna line it up with the front like that, so it looks like this. And on the very back is where we're gonna put our engine. Now you can throw a medium power center, but I would suggest doing the small. That's what we brought resources for, and that's what's gonna get you through here. And it's also gonna be the best for the thruster positions that we already have. All right, so to establish where you need to put your small driver's seat, I actually go ahead and go back to those 6x6 corners. And I'm gonna put one in the middle on the right side, all the way flush with the front. And I'm gonna do one on the left side. If you have to turn on a, what in the world? If you have to turn like I was saying, if you have to turn on like a colorblind or something so that you can kind of see what you're doing here, make sure you do whatever is necessary to help you achieve your goals in this game. All right, so right behind that is where we're gonna throw that small driver's seat. So we're gonna, line it up with this staff piece. And we're gonna push it as far forward as we can, okay? Perfect. Now, adding the storage piece, because there's not a whole lot of pieces left. Actually, you know what? Before we do the storage piece, we are forgetting a couple of other pieces. So we want to go back in and find the Mos Eisley 6x2 thin floor. And we want to put that right behind the driver's seat. That's going to leave us with 2 sandstone remaining. What we're going to do with this remaining sandstone is we're going to go into the 8x8 Mos Eisley corner floor. Okay? We're gonna take that and we're gonna line it up with the floor pieces that are in the middle, and we're gonna push it up until it can't be pushed up no more. You're gonna snap that in. It's gonna be flush with the back just like this. You're gonna throw it on the other side. All right, it's starting to come to fruition. The AIM glider, everybody. You can kind of see the shape taking form. It looks beautiful so far, even if you just left it at this. I think it looks pretty amazing. Just to get rid of this power cell, I'm gonna throw it in because I know everyone forgets about it and they hop in the driver's seat and they try to drive away or they try to take off and it just doesn't happen. So I'm just gonna go ahead and throw the power cell in right away. Okay, next step. We've got this back piece on. Now we need our storage. The greatest thing about this glider is that technically it's cheaper. Sandstone can be harder to make, or it can take longer to make, but if you have a bunch of sandstone already ready, it's extremely cheap. It's cheaper than the jet, I believe, slightly in terms of how many thrusters are being used. And I think I would rather use the small tires over, or wait, am I thinking straight? There's something more expensive about the jet. I think it's just the blast powder. It's the blast powder, the rods, and the torches. There's just astronomically more used on the jet than this glider. I was able to get away with a lot less and get the same amount of fun. So now that we've got the chest on and, we're gonna have to line it. No! Oh! Now that we got the chest on, we're actually gonna have to line it up because this is not straight. So we're gonna go back, grab the chest again, and it's I believe it's just the one stud. That's all the distance I'm putting. So it should be flush with that 6x2 that's sticking out the back end like that. And then if you want, you can go ahead and probably throw like a little flavor piece in like that, like these two, just so that you have like the chest sitting on an even ground. I don't think that's gonna affect too much, but just for this specific build and the materials used, we're gonna keep it like that. And if for some reason there's leftover, we'll add that on, but unlikely because I'm pretty sure this is science. So we're gonna go and apply the only lights that we'll be putting on this thing, and that's the Tatooine wall beacon light. So we're gonna go in and slap one on the front. We're gonna go ahead and slap one on each side here. We're gonna go on the lower end too, so it's not sticking up too much. It's not too aggressive. Perfect. This is what it's looking like so far. We're gonna go ahead and add our balloons right away. They can sit anywhere in this area. It all works. It seriously all works. I'm gonna go through two green studs. So one, two, over, and we're gonna place one balloon on that side. We're gonna do the same thing over here. So 1, 2, and throw a balloon down. And that way it looks like this. This is what your glider should look like before adding your thrusters. Now, thrusters, super easy. You only are gonna have 2. I know it's not a lot of speed, but hear me out. Hear me out. The game is punishing speed, okay? Yes, if you want a aircraft that goes up and moves forward at the same time, you have to sacrifice speed. If you want an aircraft that can turn left and right and just moves up and forward in one direction, you have to sacrifice speed. Depending on the weight of your vehicle, it's gonna determine the maximum speed. If you have a heavier vehicle, it can move faster without slanting off, of course. If you have a lighter vehicle, you're not gonna be able to have as many thrusters on the back or thrusters per piece before you start shifting the weight too much of the aircraft. Now, on to the directionals and the thrusters that we're gonna put on the bottom. Those 3 are seriously all we're gonna have pushing us forward. So we're just gonna leave it like that. And for the up thrusters, the thrusters that are gonna give us our elevation, we're just gonna pinch these between the wheels. There's only one spot you can put it. We're gonna do that on the other side as well. And then on the bottom side, we're gonna go all the way over as far as we can. And then we're gonna actually go 1, 2 studs away from these wood pieces here. We're gonna do the exact same on this side, right there. Okay, so now we put on our directionals. We're gonna slap these on the corner of the wood piece like this. 1 activation switch there, 1 over there, and we're gonna put 1 over there. You're probably wondering, what's this for? Well, all right, but yeah. So we're adding some switches, which we're gonna change to the respective channels. So the back one's gonna be channel 3. The one on the right is gonna be channel 2. And the one on the left is gonna be channel 1. All right, perfect. Now, that should be everything. It in fact was not everything. Make sure you use that final blast powder to make those directionals on the back. That way you can make those perfect 360-degree turns. After you do that and you do the respective channels, alternating them with the front ones, you're ready to take off on your glider. Here we have it, the Avatar, The Last Airbender, Aang glider, better known as the Hang glider. LOL, awful dad joke, I know, I'm sorry, but amazing flight, just like the jet. And you can also get off of this one and steer it with your body weight and control it with the levers without it kicking you off. You'll see me spinning around in circles. I was doing emotes earlier at the beginning of the video. This is an absolute W of an aircraft. And also, before you guys go, if you guys are having a slight turn in your thrusters, just remove them, reapply them. I've also found that when you land on the ground and take off, it always takes off straight, but then after applying the thrusters again, it's always gonna have a slight tilt. So just do your best. It really is something that Epic has to fix, but at least we've officially identified the issue. Again, guys, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Take it easy, and I'll see you in the next one.